and the Cleveland Browns. Will Reichert has it all teed up. And we are underway in London. And this will be a touchback, so we're going to need our first snap to see the first action of this game. All right, let's get this show on the road. It is 1st and 10. Oh, it's intercepted. What a start. And he's going to bring this one back. It's a pick six and a Minnesota touchdown. So we start our game off with a touchdown, Brock, but not on the side of the scoreboard that we were expecting.
Yeah, first drive on defense, the goal is to get off the field, maybe even flip the field with field position. But to score points yourself, it's not something they honestly consider too much. That is until he started that return, baby, and they saw things lining up perfectly for it to happen.
Well, Brock, hopefully some short memories on offense as they get it right back here on the kickoff after that pick six. And he wasn't chancing a return there, putting it out on the back of the end zone for a touchback. Nice field position here for the Browns as they start out 1st and 10. Back to the air following that pick six. Escapes the pocket. He's keeping it. And on first down, only gets about a yard here. And the defender there to force him out.
Well, once a play breaks down, you're just looking for a running lane. Just a little bit of room, just a little bit of air in the pocket. He found one of those two, but the defense swarms towards him and denies him the other.
Got it. Ready?
They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9.
Ready, go.
He's dropping back to throw. Connection made with the rookie from Washington. And he's going to be driven out by a defender just before he can get it up to midfield. And that one goes for a gain of 11. And that's going to be good for a Cleveland first down.
No.
Now the first carry for Quinshawn Judkins. And he hits the lane for 9 into enemy territory.
Well, that doesn't net a first down. You get yards like that in the run game, you will take it in the NFL.
Now, after a quality effort on the last play, just really need to fall forward here to pick up that first down. Here's Judkins on 2nd down. And they stop him just in time. He got back to the line, but denied the yard they needed. 3rd down coming up. 3rd down from the gun. Complete beyond the marker. And they're going to haul him down a step before the 30, right at the 31. 12 yards on that play, and a good call nets him the first.
No, it sure seems like he knew exactly where he was going with that before the snap. That's a pre-snap decision that led to a post-snap first down.
New set of downs for him from the 31.
Ready.
Design quarterback run here. And just a yard here before this play goes out. It's 2nd and 9.
It may not show up as much on the old stat sheet, just a short little QB run, but what that does, Kate, is so important. Keeps that defense honest, and in particular, those defensive linemen, those cleats in the ground, they're not just coming after you in the pocket. Now they've got to think about you as a runner as well.
Following that little 2-yard run, it's 2nd and 8.
Let's go now. Cowboy 80.
This time he's looking to throw. Ooh, would have been a big gainer if they connected, but they could not. Instead, 3rd down coming up.
Well, he went for it all right there. That was a highlight reel waiting to happen if he could connect. So good to get out of the pocket and keep the play alive, but even better defensively to force the incompletion.
65, Warriors, 70.
Here he goes, 3rd and long. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. Just couldn't hang on through the contact. And that brings up 4th and long.
Well, that took some force right there. That took some serious defensive effort to force the incompletion. You're not going to see a lot of guys ever let go of a football when they got a first down right in their midst. But that force, that contact, separated man from ball.
4th down. They're going to throw for it. Looking downfield, and Fannin has it. And they take him out of bounds, which means his offense setting up for 1st and goal.
As a quarterback, you just know in that situation when you go for it on 4th down, it may mean sometimes thrown into double coverage. But if you're going to go for it, at least give your guy a shot to make a play. And against really long odds, he came up with a big-time catch.
Well, so much for finishing things on the ground, huh? He is stopped at the line. They're going to have to regroup now on 2nd and goal.
Okay, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, it'll largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door.
Trying to get away from the pressure, but he can't, and they drop him. Now this is the dreaded sight anytime there's a sack. He's hurting after taking that hit, and they're going to get out there to check on him. Watson working in the pistol. And it's incomplete on 3rd and goal. Great play defensively there to just get a hand in there and deny that touchdown.
That's exactly right. Active hands and aggressive mindset. As a DB, you've got to assume that every throw is going to be a touchdown. And you're the last line of defense, the guy that's got to make the play on the ball, and he just did. That's the type of long, sustained drive that takes some of the starch out of your opponent. The only negative is if the kicking team was out there for a field goal and not an extra point. But they do come away with 3.
And he got all of that one out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. So good field position to start with for the Vikings. It's 1st and 10. Handoff now out of the gun. Dropped by the first guy he met. No gain on that 1st down run.
I don't think that's the amount that they were looking for there, Kate. Going to lead to some shuffling around here in the playbook. Find a more aggressive call on 2nd.
Another carry for him. And once again, he doesn't manage much before getting brought down. A gain of 2 follows up a gain of 1, and now they're left with 3rd and 7.
Sometimes you just feel like in the background of every ho-hum run is a bigger play that just needed one more component. Hit that extra block a little longer, find the lane quicker. The defender maybe a half step late, and this could have been much, much more exciting.
Murray on 3rd down. That's caught for the 1st. And the tackle's made just beyond midfield at the 48. It's a pickup of 14 yards as the chains reset. Murray here on 1st down. Made the throw as he was getting hit, Brock, and it's incomplete.
And this is why scouts talk about a player's closing speed, Kate. You know, once he senses the pressure, he's getting rid of that ball. It takes a player who can close quickly to get to him before it's released. And that sure altered the throw.
2nd and 10 now. Murray to throw. He throws a bullet down the right sideline. Brought in inside the 20. That one goes for 31 yards. And the Vikings are going to have a 1st down.
And the Vikings.
From the red zone on 1st. Goes right back to Jefferson. Complete. And this is down all the way to the 3. That's a gain of 13. And it sets him up with 1st and goal. Well, that right there is about the best you can hope for against double coverage. Good chunky yards, and more importantly, Brock, you don't get burned taking a risk.
Yeah, it's really the defense that gets burned, and that is just demoralizing. You got double coverage, you got what you want, and 2 guys can't stop 1.
And they can go ahead and stay in that huddle. We're at the end of the 1st quarter. 7-3 is our score. Take a quick break, and we'll be back with more of the NFL on EA Sports. It's Vikings ball as we return for the second, and they've got to be thinking points here. They'll try and punch it in, and he scampers ahead and gets 2 on the carry.
Hey, I get it on first and goal, right? A lot of teams like to be conservative and limit risk. Even if a run is stopped short, you still got 2, sometimes 3 downs to play with.
Here's another for it. This time he's got it. Touchdown, Minnesota. The Vikings finish off their opening drive. Reichert on for the point after. Right down the middle. It's good. And the Vikings drive their lead to 11. Here's Reichert set to kick this away. This one's going to bounce into the end zone and will end as a touchback.
Take over first and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
All right, starting in the pistol this time, Brock. First and 10. Airing it out to start this drive. Getting out to his left. Ooh, that one's nearly intercepted. The defense read that one perfectly. A poor choice to make that throw. Second down coming up.
Once that quarterback broke the pocket, kind of turns into like a zone read option a little bit. Kate, you got a couple choices. Keep it yourself or try to force the throw. There was nowhere to go. He really should have used his legs.
Connects on the crosser. And they're going to be set up with a first down after a nice gain there as he's down by contact. Double coverage deal breaker for a lot of QBs, Brock, but less so when it's target you trust.
You know, it's interesting, Kate, even 20-something years ago, watching Marvin Harrison and Peyton Manning work, every defense would go into every game trying to double cover him, but yet those two, like we just saw right there, just got it done regardless.
He made it 6 on the play, bringing up 2nd and 4.
A 6-yard pickup.
That's a run that you'll take the result in the NFL every time. A nice play, a solid game, but it's also a run that you know, and you may come back to, because if you were that close to breaking off an explosive one, you'd really break the backs of the defense.
Oh, he was on the move, but so was the defense, and they take him down. And that pushes him back. 3rd down coming up.
This guy, Kate, he can create. He really is good out there. He's skilled when it comes to getting outside the pocket, which makes it all the more impressive. They contained him so well when he was clearly looking to generate something with his legs.
Throw came out right as the defense got to him. That's an incomplete pass. Looking for his wide receiver there. And that leaves them with 4th and 5.
That one really stings, Kate, because you want to convert there and not only keep this drive going for points, but because now you're giving your opponent a chance to go pad that lead before halftime. That's a no-no.
It's another first half mistake. He's intercepted again. And the Vikings are going to have it after his 2nd interception of the season. First down now, ball at the 33.
Result of the play is a turnover on down.
Operating from the gun, here's Murray. Well, the pressure nearly got to him, but still a good play defensively as that one falls incomplete. So still 10 to go on second from the 33-yard line. Now Kyler. We've got a screen to the running back. And he's short of the first after a mild gain.
Well, this is the type of game we've come to expect from him as a runner, toting the ball, but he's just as adept at turning the screen into the same kind of yardage, too.
Addison going to motion over left. They're holding strong here. The defense gets him at the line. That's going to bring up 4th down. That field goal unit is still on the sidelines. They are going for this. That's caught. This is Addison. It's a Minnesota touchdown. The Vikings parlay the interception into points. Jordan Addison, the touchdown. One after try good by Reichert. And the Vikings push their lead to 18. Here's Reichert set to kick this away. Okay, well, that one's over the 20, the landing zone, and almost everything else we got here today. So that football coming out to our 35-yard line. The Browns, nice field position here as they start out 1st and 10. Here's Judkins to begin the drive. And he manages 6 yards to begin this one. We've got 2nd and 4.
Cool thing about a drive starting run like that, Kate, is it really just gives you every opportunity to play with whatever you want to do. But as for me, I like to reward that runner. Give it to him again and see if he can get you a new set of downs.
Offensive line, this is 2nd and 4.
Let's go now.
Looking to throw here. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact.
The lack of points and the lack of yards have just gone hand in hand here in the first half, and they both really trace back to the same root cause, an inability to consistently find and exploit any opening in what's been a very sound defensive game plan.
And that run's held up just before he can get the last bit he needed. It's going to be 4th and short. They're going for this. They got home. Sacked him on 4th down. We've got a turnover on downs, and the defense takes over in plus territory.
Coach is challenging to get the defense off the field with a stop. Rose to the challenge and delivered on that one, really overwhelming the line of scrimmage.
He'll set up the screen. It's Addison. And he's brought down at the 17-yard line. That play gains 15, and it moves the sticks. So a new set of downs. Here we go, 1st and 10.